So sped up, in a sped up version, make sure this is in half, equal amounts on each side, about 24 inches or less if you're a smaller person, just depending on your rib cage size. So front, across in the back, under the arms, and around. Okay? It's a lint. And then it'll tie in the back. Now don't worry about this slipping off. You'll see as we make this item, that there's no way that these will slip off because they'll be connected to the rib cage part. 14 of these. I'm not sure how many I need. I've never made this myself before. This is the first time making this. 14 of these, and they are 54 inches approximately. So in centimetros, 1040 centimetros. You're going to reverse lark's head knot on. You can do just a regular lark's head. I prefer reverse lark's head for this particular item that I'm going to be showing you. And you're going to go like this. Okay. And then here. And then you're going to mount the rest. Let's do this quickly. This one's a little shorter, so I'm going to put this towards the end because you can get shorter as you go down.
Okay, you can decrease by a couple inches. So instead of 54 inches or 1040 centimetros, you can just get a little bit less as you go down. I can't give you the exact specifications. No especificaciones exactamente, but because I do not measure things specifically, I'm sorry, that is one of the downfalls of watching me or what I do, because maths, as they say in European countries, not my thing, math. Although I'm getting better at it. I recently did a tutorial on aluminium.com for a pumpkin, macrame pumpkin, and I did do the math out. I divided and I multiplied, and wow, it's the magic of math. I really wish I were better at it. I'll keep trying. Never too old to stop, never too old to learn, huh? So I'm doing them as I go, some over here and some over here. It's only because some of the pieces I cut are a little bit shorter. You just do them all in a row. But I think part of that's my, as I call it ADHD, I'm not clinically, or I've not been told I'm actually ADHD. Diagnosed with ADHD, rather. So I am losing my voice today, maybe because of the weather. Changing weather, I don't know, allergies. So I apologize, but I have to do these videos when I feel like it because sometimes I don't feel like doing videos. You can't grow a YouTube channel, thank you for subscribing, without feeling like doing videos. So here we go. So there's 14 of them, so it's looking like I'm going to need more, but let me get this last one in here. See what we're working with.
All right, I'm back. So got 21 over here. I think I'm gonna add one more, but remember you need to do the other side as well. I'm going to add cups as soon as I find the other one. Have one right in front of me, just so the giggle. So I'm gonna add cups. So go ahead and do that actually really quickly. Pin them in. There we go. There's one, and I gotta find the other one. Hopefully I'll find the other one. I'm just gonna go down this side and add 22 and add one more over here, okay? And then we'll get into the meat of the... All right, so you all are not unfamiliar with this technique. It is in several of the videos. I'm just gonna be hitching on to this right here. Let me zoom out. So let me get this camera in place. So I'm just gonna be hitching onto here. All of these are gonna go onto here. So I'm gonna try to really meet in the direct middle. All of these are gonna go on here. So like so. So start with the beginning. Take it from behind. Well, you can tuck them all in if you'd like to. I may do that in a minute. But sometimes when I tuck them all behind, it makes it more difficult for some reason. And I'm gonna go around, okay? And then I'm gonna go around again, okay? I'm gonna need to sit down to do this because standing up and doing this on the mannequin is hard on my back. It makes you bent over. And when you're working macrame on a mannequin, and in general, try to be as ergonomic as possible with your body and your posture and just how you're working to make things easier for yourself, because it takes a while to make some of these things and sometimes you have to stand up. Okay. All right, I'm gonna show you doing a few of these. So pull them all and put them all in behind, okay? I'm not gonna do that right now because I don't wanna waste time. And then just go around and then around again. You're double hitching horizontally onto this piece of black that goes along the rib cage. All right, I'm gonna do all of these on both sides, and then I'll see you in a moment. Hopping back in here, I've tucked all of them in now, and I'm making sure that it's really smooth and uniform along here. They're all kissing up against each other, nice spacing. And I'm gonna work with them behind here because it's gonna be quicker, even though it took me a moment to set them up in rows. So it's basically the same principle. You can see I already have some hung on here. And I'm just gonna work on down the line, and I'm gonna let you know in the next segment how long it took me to do this. All right, I just wanna show you really quickly how quickly I'm doing this. I'm just holding this with my 2 pincher fingers, a little clay ring there, polymer clay ring I made. So I'm just pinching it, and then I'm going around with my right hand. I'm really using just these 2 fingers for the most part. And then I remember I showed you all this in one of the, then I take my hand up, and then I go around, pinch it together, and then pinch it again. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice, and I'm trying to do this video at the same time. Excuse me. So just look how quickly I'm doing it. Now I'm gonna have to clean up the mess down here, and I'll show you how I do that. You just wanna make sure everything looks as neat as possible. But it's going really rapidly. So I will be back. So I wanna clean this up down here. I don't know if you can see this. Let me zoom in as much as I can. So it's kind of uneven a little bit, which is fine, but I want it to look a little bit neater. So what I'm gonna merely do is, starting from, so these are all neat and uniform. I'm going to take this one, the first one that is kind of loose. I wanna pull down a little bit because I'm a, what is it, double D or triple D? I'm either a double D or triple D, which is like A, B, C, D, E, or F cup, I'm not sure. So, and I just need to pull down because it's going up a little bit as you go along, like it's pulling. So I need it to come down, and there's a little bit of space. I didn't pull these super tight. So just pull down a little bit. And then what you're gonna do is go back and just even things out. I pull under this little bar under here, and then it kind of evens the 2 pieces, because you go around twice, it evens those out, and then I give a little tug, okay? Not all of them will need evened out, but it'll just make it look neater. And luckily I've grown out my fingernails a little, and it's easier that way with a little bit of a fingernail. If you don't have fingernails, you can still do it.
Slide them over there for my folks that like to dance, and who grew up in the 80s and 90s and 70s. Okay, so there you go, I pulled them over.
Now I just want to make sure, sometimes when you're working on this, things can go awry. Okay, there we go. So pulling everything over, and then I'm gonna finish up the last ones, okay? There we go. All right, so I finished this. Look how beautiful it looks, smoothing it down, okay? Next, I'm going to be adding another band along here to create a band along the rib cage, okay, to bring it in. And then I'm gonna do square knots. These 2, minus the cutting of the yarn, the t-shirt yarn. It's actually not t-shirt yarn. It's actual yarn, but it feels like t-shirt yarn. The Bernat Maker Home Deck yarn. It took 30 minutes for me to do both sides once I got the marks head knotted on here. So you're looking at about 45 minutes to 55 minutes of work to cut and do this part. Now I am adept at this because I've been doing it for so long, but not adept, adroit. It may take you longer. I would guess if you're new to this or you haven't made as many of these of any kind of macrame items, clothing, it's probably gonna take you an hour and a half. Okay, welcome back. So I already started the ribbing or square knots that's gonna go along the bottom, and then I'm gonna add the other piece of rope that I showed along here. So let me show you what I'm doing. So I'm doing alternate square knots. Let me zoom in and tilt. So just taking 4. If you've done any macrame, you know it's one of the knots that is used often. There aren't a lot of knots, there's just riffing on the designs of things. So I'm doing a left square knot, and then I'm gonna do a right one. So Left goes over, right goes behind. And then this goes over now. There you go. See the bar, how the bar goes now, another right or another left or right. There we go. So the bar determines if it's left or right. So I did that. I do 4 of them. So let me do another one because that actually didn't make any sense. I may cut that out. Zoom in further. Two, 3, and 4. Okay, there you have it. So all these are going to go, I'm going to finish up here, and then I'll show you the adding the other part. So I did alternating square knots, and now you're just, you know, the pinch and pull around. Okay, doing that. This up. Pinch over, pinch over, pinch over, 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 over. So you're just gonna go on down and finish this up. Make sure you get it close up there so it's even across. It's just like the rest of them, universal. Such a nice day outside. I think I'm gonna go outside and do some other videos, like the pumpkin plant hanger. I'm having a hot flash from menopause. So finishing up. Almost done. This top didn't, I'd say, well, I think I told you in the first part of the video. This part with doing the square knots and doing these along here isn't taking very long. I'd say maybe 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes. So this top really, if you put the cutting aside, it's a really quick top. I would say, I don't know, maybe 2 hours. I don't know. Okay, and then the last one. Now, I am not going to continue on with this. I do want to tell you though, let me fix that up, that, let me zoom out. You can, which I recommend, you should add more along here. And I would start here, or you can, if you need more coverage, like I will, which I may finish this later and add more up here to think about it. Got bunch of other projects I'm working on, and I want to get them out to you all. Can add more up here, same principle, lark's head, reverse lark's head, double half hitch, double horizontal half hitch, 4 square knots, and then anchor it. And then you could do, in the back, you could do a pattern like linking them on so that all this stays intact, which let me just show you really quickly how you would do that. So all you have to do is you'll want to pin this so that it keeps architecturally the shape. So you'll need to get your pins out and like pin right here and pin right there. so that it keeps this nice triangle pattern here. All you do is just like the same principle, folks, is just tongue-tied. Lark's head knot on, and then, you know, and that's why I said it's pinning, is you want this to stay in place so that it's structurally sound. And just go over. Over. Okay, and then do the other one. And then you'll work your way up. It'll get wider and wider. I'm pretty sure that makes sense. I'm going to take this off the mannequin so that you can see it, okay? Because for me, this video is done. Like, anything can be riffed on. And by riff, I mean, for the non-guitarists out there, is like you could add more along the bottom of here and just make it like a really full dress, which I'm just gonna wear it as a cover up, so don't really want to dress right now. But I could always go back and just add to it. So you can make it a really full dress and add whatever pattern you would like to. Just, you know, sky's the limit really with macrame, in my opinion. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe.